Welcome to Creative Broadcasting, the station of unlimited possibilities. Presents Creating Your Seat at the Table with your host, Ashley Little, as she welcomes her guest to the table.
Welcome to Creating Your Seat at the Table. I am your host, Ashley Little. A little bit about myself: corporate professional by day, entrepreneur by night, 5-time best-selling author, CEO and founder of Ashley Little Enterprises, LLC, owner and creator of Creative Broadcasting, and co-founder and owner of Talk Radio and TV Network, LLP. Tonight, we have an amazing special VIP guest by the name of Nina Abdul-Wakil. A little bit about her. Ms. Nina Abdul, the founder of Social Media Success Network, owner of Walk Boldly, LLC, and is a national speaker on maximizing and simplifying social media for entrepreneur and career professionals. Her specialty is LinkedIn for speakers, coaches, and authors. With over 30 years of corporate experience in IT, she excels in finding new ways to help other people be successful. Nina is an Amazon best-selling author, award-winning actress, and mother. A pivot point for her was when the movie Hidden Figures was released in 2016. She realized that she was a hidden figure. She decided to stop being invisible and bring her own spotlight. Today, she's focused on helping others do the same. She specializes in helping leaders leverage LinkedIn for visibility, create credibility, and influence. Nina is the host of Miss Nina B Show podcast and the administrator of a growing Facebook group called the LinkedIn Hotspot. Both endeavors reflect Nina's core passion with supporting and inspiring others to experience success in their lives. As she aspires to create success in her own life, Nina is always mindful of the advice she gives to others. Be encouraged, be empowered, walk boldly into your dreams because you are great. Nina is the mother of 2 very talented boys and currently resides in Silver Spring, Maryland. Welcome to the table, the amazing Nina Abdul-Wakil.
Wow, Ashley, that was awesome. I was like, well, who is that she's reading about? Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, you are amazing, Nina. You are amazing. I'm so happy to have you at the table to share all this amazing wisdom and knowledge I know you're going to share with my listeners tonight.
Well, I hope I'm open and I'm willing to share as much as I can because that's part of my life passion, to help others be great. So whatever I have, I'm willing to offer.
Awesome. So please tell us more about your entrepreneur journey.
Well, I am what you call a parallelpreneur, which means that I work full-time in IT, but I also have a passion to help demystify technology. And in this world of social media and it being critical to business today, particularly for entrepreneurs as they embark on their endeavors, that's where I have been called to help them. So my entrepreneur endeavor is doing social media support to entrepreneurs, coaches, speakers, authors. I specialize with LinkedIn because I think it is an underutilized platform that many people can leverage to show their greatness.
I love that, and I want to dig deeper into that tonight because that's your specialty, and a lot of people want to know how to be better on LinkedIn because it's important, because LinkedIn is a site that you need to be on for every listener that is listening on the call. So, Nina, you are passionate about helping speakers, coaches, and authors with LinkedIn. So please tell us more about your passion.
So what I typically do is, it's amazing sometimes that it's the little things that can kind of trip people up. And so I have over the years I have been a trainer, so I understand a lot about how adults learn. So I use that as I work with people one-on-one or in a group setting to explain all I can about LinkedIn, to simplify it so people can have that aha moment and that I know I can do this now moment.
I love it. So with that being said, with LinkedIn and having those aha moments, what are some strategies you would give to listeners who want to grow their LinkedIn profile?
So first of all, and it seems obvious, but to have a profile, it's amazing that, or maybe I should say to have a current profile. Many people may have created LinkedIn years and years ago when they may have been on a job search process, and they have left it be dormant. But if you are an entrepreneur, it is prime real estate for you to profile yourself for your business and your thought leadership. So dust it off, update it with new information, make sure you have a great profile picture, and start making it work for you.
And, you're so right about that, Nene, because, it is some people that have started profiles, and then it's like you said, it's dusty, and they've not went back to use it or update it. Why is it so important to make sure that we go back and do that?
Well, it's a living and breathing opportunity to help you position yourself in front of your target audience, your potential customers, your potential business partners or referral partners. So if you have new and great things going on, how will they know unless you keep your profile updated as well as engage on the platform? Many people, when they Google you, LinkedIn typically comes up on the first page of the results. And since LinkedIn is a trusted site by many people, they will go there to validate you. So you need to keep it updated so that your credentials and your opportunities don't walk by you.
And a lot of people, Facebook is, a lot of people network on Facebook as well, right? And I'm sure, people think that that's enough. So what's the difference between, Facebook versus LinkedIn?
Very great. Good question. Many people ask me that. Well, I think many people are clear that LinkedIn and Facebook are different, although obviously they're all in the social media space. LinkedIn is more of a professional site. It's seen more from a business perspective, where Facebook is seen more from a casual perspective. Now, there's spectrums on both ends to that, right? So if you are in a business that you want to do business with other businesses, you start on LinkedIn. If you typically want to deal with people more on a casual lifestyle, you may want to be on primarily Facebook or Instagram. Although in today's world, you want to have a presence on all the platforms, but you may have more heavy engagement and activity on a particular one. If you are a speaker, an author, or a coach, and you plan to host events and you want sponsorship, you need to make sure that you have your LinkedIn profile there, because it's businesses who do sponsorships. And you want those businesses to see what you are up to.
And I'm glad you shared those nuggets, right? Because I think some people don't know the difference, or they think, if I got a Facebook account, I don't need LinkedIn, or they can do the same things. And I'm glad you spoke out about authors and speakers and coaches who are hosting events that if they were looking for sponsors, LinkedIn is a great way to leverage that. Correct?
Correct. You can go to LinkedIn and you can find out information about potential sponsors, see what they are posting about, to see if what their campaigns are about are in alignment to what you are offering your audience, and that gives you a reason to reach out to them as potential sponsors. That's where you do your research. And many times entrepreneurs aren't doing the research, and LinkedIn is a great research tool as well.
Awesome. So what are some LinkedIn tips you would give to listeners that they don't really know about? So what are some hidden tips you would give to listeners?
So I would say one of the ones that is my favorite that a lot of people underutilize or don't understand the power of is hashtags. Now, hashtags are not a new entity in social media. Many people are very familiar with hashtags from Instagram and from Facebook. But on LinkedIn is really allowing you to use hashtags. It allows you to get in front of people that you're not connected to, because people can now follow hashtags on LinkedIn. So I could be posting heavily using a particular hashtag, and I can get in front of new people that could be my target audience, as well as they can start seeing what I'm up to by following me, by following my hashtag, even if they're not connected to me. And that's a powerful tool on LinkedIn.
So thank you for sharing that, because I don't think people know how powerful, those hitting things are when trying to grow your businesses and stuff and trying to connect on LinkedIn. And speaking of connecting and collaborating, it's a lot of connections being made on LinkedIn, right? It's a lot of connections that can be made. So can you talk more about that?
Oh, absolutely. So LinkedIn has a concept of first, second, and third degree connections. First degree connections are the people that you are directly connected to. So either they sent you a connection request and you've accepted, or you sent them a connection request and they've accepted. The second degree connection is people that person is connected to that you may not know, that you're not connected to. And then it goes out, another circle wide is the third degree connection. So there's value in connecting with people because you never know who they know. And so that's one of the pieces around LinkedIn that's very powerful, because you can post something and engage with someone, and someone they know that you're not connected with can respond to it, and then they may choose to send you a connection request. Connections are the heart of LinkedIn because your goal is to engage, grow your thought leadership, grow your business by not only direct potential clients, but also referral partners. So nurturing your connections is also a very critical part of the engagement on LinkedIn.
Yes, nurturing your connections. Now, I know on LinkedIn, if you use all your connections, all at once, then you will pretty much you'll pretty much be out. Can you talk more about that? How you have to make sure that you manage those wisely, because once they're gone with connecting?
Well, in today's world, the number of connections, and I don't know the number off the top, the maximum number of connections, it's pretty high. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but it's in the thousands. Okay, it may be. Now, what can happen is you don't want to just haphazardly go through and connect with people. You want to send personalized connection requests, and LinkedIn will pay attention if you're looking like you're just almost spamming the system or like a robot, and you just go down the list and go connect, because they will suspend your account because it looks like that you're not a person with an intentional plan to engage. You're just trying to up your numbers, and that's not the intention of LinkedIn.
So for our listeners that are listening, please be mindful of your connections and how you do it, because you want to make sure you still have the access to do so and not be blocked from doing it. So, Nina, why is it so important for everyone to have a LinkedIn profile? Because it's important for all of us to have one. So can you talk about the importance of that?
Certainly. So in today's business world that wants to make sure their presence is known is why you need to have a LinkedIn profile. And that doesn't even just mean entrepreneurs. I'm talking around career professionals, so that you can highlight what you're good at. No, gone are the days that you're expecting someone else to toot your horn. LinkedIn is a great profile LinkedIn is a great platform for you to toot your own horn. I call it bring your own spotlight. You get to highlight your skills and your abilities. You get to show recommendations from people who work with you. You get to just highlight your videos, your audio clips, all of those things, so that someone who may be in need of your services or your skills can see it all in one place. Even for entrepreneurs, if you are in a situation similar to mine where I work full-time and I have my side business, my entrepreneur endeavors, then you may decide that I don't want to mix the two on LinkedIn. So what do? That's a very common question. So what I recommend in those instances, LinkedIn has something called company pages, where you can create a company page to profile your business, your entrepreneur endeavors, and it doesn't have to even show any connection to your profile. So you still can highlight your business and the work efforts you're doing in that space and have people know about it without it being directly connected to your personal profile.
And you know what? That is I'm glad you answered that question, Nina, because that was my next question. Because a lot of people don't want to separate. They don't want to mix the two. And now for our listeners that are listening, you can create your own company page profile and not have any connections to your corporate America page. So that's amazing. Thanks for sharing that, because I think that was definitely a question that people had, because you want to keep your job and you want to do your own, your other stuff as well. So we are trying to figure out how to do both.
And typically the follow-on question I get on that is, does it have a cost? And company pages are free. You do have to have a personal profile, because that's your cost of entry onto the LinkedIn platform. You create one, but then you can have as many company pages as you want, and there's no additional cost.
So for listeners, that have had a question about that, please go ahead and create your company page now that you know that you can do both and not mix the two. So thanks, Nina, for sharing that. So, Nina, speaking of business pages and, making sure that we brand ourselves on LinkedIn, what is the best way to use LinkedIn for business?
Wow. So I think it requires you being intentional and having a strategy. Just like any of the social media platforms, you want to be clear as to what you're trying to achieve on the platform. But the cornerstones of it all is your profile, whether it's your personal profile, your company page. You have to have engagement. You have to then engage with other people's content. So if your goal is to establish your presence, which is typically the first stage of your goals, is to establish your presence on the platform. Let people know you exist. Let people know how you serve, who you serve, what you offer. So you start posting and you engage with other people's posts that are in the same niche. That's where you want to start and establish yourself strongly if you want to do business.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that as well, because that's so important that we build the right, especially on LinkedIn. So what are some strategies, because I know you do a lot of things with helping people maximize their social media. So what are some strategies you would give to listeners in regards to maximizing their social media?
So one of the things is you want to have consistent branding across your different social media platforms. You want to be mindful that if somebody pulls up your LinkedIn page, your Facebook page, your Instagram page, that they feel like they're dealing with the same person and they're seeing the same credibility factors. So that's one of the important things. Also, depending on who your target audience, you want to be sensitive to what is the type of content that they expect to see on a given platform. I'm on all of those platforms. My expectation of what I would see on the different platforms differ because of the context of the platform. So being mindful of what you may post on Facebook is not exactly what you may post on LinkedIn versus what you would post on Instagram. So having clarity on who's watching and following you on the different platforms, what is the undertone of the platforms, and what is your branding across the board?
And I like that you pointed that out, Nina, about, what you might post on Instagram versus what you might post on LinkedIn or Facebook, because I think some people get that confused, and what they post on Facebook, they post on Instagram and LinkedIn, and everything is not everybody, different sites will have different audiences. So I think you're definitely correct on that. And I think that's a common question that people ask too, and I think sometimes people do the same thing on all the social media sites, and it's not, that's probably not the way to go. What are your thoughts?
Totally. I use the example of restaurants. Like I have kids, and like tonight we went out to dinner, and so we went to Olive Garden. It may have been earlier in the week. It may have been a drive-through of Wendy's. What I pay and what I expect at Olive Garden versus Wendy's is two different things. So I'm the same person, but I have different dimensions to who I am and what I look for when I'm having a different experience. And so that's what you need to be thinking about when you think about your target audience on Facebook versus Instagram versus LinkedIn.
So listeners, be mindful of your target audience when posting on all social media sites, because every site has a different audience. So thanks for sharing those wisdoms of nuggets, Nina. So how do listeners make their company stand out on LinkedIn? Like, we know how we spoke about, growing their business on LinkedIn and different ways to do that. But what are some other ways that they can make it stand out? I know recommendations is one way.
Definitely, when you can get recommendations, but your content really is how you stand out. Your content, your images, and your videos. People look to absorb information very quickly on LinkedIn. So I recommend, if you do a video on LinkedIn, that it's like no longer than 3 minutes. And you can get a lot of content in 3 minutes. Facebook, people will have much longer, and on Instagram as well. LinkedIn has a 10-minute limit at this point. But you want it to be impactful, digestible, and to the point. Think about if you are trying to get in front of a CEO of a company, he's not going to give you a whole lot of time. So you want to be efficient and effective in a short amount of time. So that's how you need to think of things when you are posting and sharing on LinkedIn.
Right. So you want to make sure, like, you're using those something that stands out, like clips, right? And making sure that it's something that brands your company or, what you're trying to brand on LinkedIn. And I love that, because with Talk Radio, we have our branding person that does that, and we try to make sure we pick out the best clips for each show to brand ourselves on LinkedIn. So thanks for sharing that.
Exactly. Even as an example, your promo images, it's crisp, it's clear, it's impactful, it's personable. Those are the things that you get a lot of sense of excellence, quality in just looking at an image. So, I encourage people, invest if you need to in good images, invest in graphic design support. All those things make a difference. If you're not skilled in that arena, invest in those so that you put your best foot forward for your company.
Exactly. I love that, because they do make a difference. So people look at that first, right? And they determine if they want to do your show or they want to do business with you. So for our listeners that are listening, branding is everything, and making sure that it starts with the flyers, like you stated, the content, all of that plays a big part. So, Nina, you are the CEO and founder of Social Media Success Network. Please tell us more about your network and how we can get involved and support.
Well, Social Media Success Network is my new baby. It is still, it is still learning how to walk. So more will be revealed about SMS soon. But I've been like kind of leaking it out there because, like I said, I am a LinkedIn expert. However, a lot of the skills and knowledge that people need to be effective on LinkedIn, they also need it on the other social media platforms. And I'm at the heart, I'm a trainer. I want to see people be successful, and I want to demystify the technology. So my style and skill is to help people to learn social media, the different platforms. So as my network expands, I'll be branching out and providing more training opportunities and coaching opportunities with some of the other platforms in conjunction with some of my partners, my super friends, as I call them. So I'm working through that, but right, and my team, I'm building my team to be able to do more, to help more people. So it's a new baby, but you'll be hearing more about that. But in the meantime, if you really want to get some support and help, because I have my LinkedIn Hotspot Facebook group, which is the cornerstone of where I share a lot of information and serve my community. So everyone is welcome to connect and join that Facebook group.
Awesome. So congratulations on your new baby, Nina.
Thank you.
So you also are the CEO and owner of Walk Boldly LLC. So tell us more about your business.
So Walk Boldly is basically the foundation. It is a professional development service, and so not only when it comes to technology, but also leadership development and life coaching. So it is the foundation of my company, and Social Media Success Network is just going to be one of the new arms. So I started this. I am a 30-year career professional. I am a hiring manager, have been a corporate leader for many years. Mentoring and coaching is part of what I do and everything I do. And so I have people that I support in that arena as they grow their leadership skills and grow their opportunities to be leaders. So all of that is all a part of the same family of helping people to discover and unfold their greatness.
So please support Nina. She's definitely someone to know and get involved and, get her for, if you need help with LinkedIn, social media, definitely she is the woman for the job. She's an expert in this, and she has the results. So, Nina, how did you, I asked all of my guests this question because I know you continuously build your seat at the table. How did you create your seat at the table?
Well, I would say that when I was 13 years old, I had the opportunity to be exposed to computers. And at that time, they took up a whole room, and, it was a lot of tape swirling, a lot of busy lights and noises and things like that. But something just clicked for me. As I started walking and to learn about it, I realized that the opportunities to see people like me was very, very limited. And so over time, I also discovered some unique skills along the way that I possessed that allowed me to stay in the space, because many people got turned around. And I always felt like if I was there, I was determined to help someone else to get there or stay there. And so now I have no problem walking in the room and taking my seat at the table because it already has my name on it. It's just whether I choose to sit in it or not. For many people, your seat is there. It's waiting for you. You have to just feel that you deserve to be there and take your seat at the table.
And, I love everything that you said, Nina, and what you said, it stood out the most that you brought people with you, right? And it's important that we make room for others, right, when we get to the table. So thank you for sharing that.
Most definitely. Yes, one of the things that I have been able to do, and I'm a faith-based person, and I truly believe it's part of, my role in the jobs that I have is to help someone who would otherwise may have been overlooked. And I have seen that happen, and I have done that over and over again, and I have seen people just soar. And it just fills me because I know that that's part of my life purpose. And so it doesn't serve anything to kind of push someone down. You'd be surprised by lifting someone up how far it will take you.
Yes, and that's so true. It's so true. And you have the Miss Nina B show. Let's talk about your show, Miss Nina B. How can we get involved and listen to your show?
So the Miss Nina B show is my podcast show, and to my podcast listeners, I owe them a heartfelt apology because I haven't dropped any recent episodes, but it is really part of the Walk Boldly family where I share my words of wisdom, insights, and practical life tips to help you to live out your greatness. So it's really where I pour in to from a life coaching perspective, from a leadership development perspective. That's the vehicle that I typically use, and that's my podcast show.
So how can listeners be a guest, and how can they listen, and how often do you do it? Is it once a week or?
So so they can listen if they go to my website, MissNinaB.com or MissNinaBshow.com. They can find it there. It's also on iTunes and Google Play. And then if they're interested in being on the show, they can drop me an email at host@MissNinaBshow.com, and I'll get back to them.
So please reach out to Nina if you plan on, are interested in being a guest on her show or listening to her show. Definitely reach out and get connected with her. Now let's talk about your amazing group on Facebook, the LinkedIn Hotspot. I'm blessed to be able to be a part of your amazing group, and it's so amazing with all the knowledge and wisdom that you share in that group. So can you talk more about the LinkedIn Hotspot?
Yes, the LinkedIn Hotspot was birthed, I guess it's been, it was originally another name. We renamed it this year, and it has grown tremendously. One of the favorite things that happens in my LinkedIn Hotspot group is my LinkedIn challenges. And I have seen people engage at rates and have amazing results on LinkedIn by being part of the challenge. And so what typically happens with my LinkedIn challenges, sometimes I'll do a 5-day. The longest I've done is a 21-day. And I give daily prompts, and I encourage people to do that particular type of post on LinkedIn or do this particular action. And what they see is the momentum building on their activity on LinkedIn, and then they start to see results. They'll start to see profile views increase. They'll start to see people asking for connections. They'll start to see that they are connecting with influencers. All kinds of things have happened as a result of these challenges. So I'm just about probably going to do another one before the year ends just to get people excited. Again, we have new people who have joined the group. But I encourage everyone, if you have any questions about LinkedIn or looking for information or a group to help you grow on LinkedIn, my Facebook group is the place to be.
So please reach out, connect, join the Facebook group, so you can get one-on-one, not one-on-one, but you can get more time with Nina, because she's very personal in the group. So definitely join the LinkedIn Hotspot. Correct, Nina?
Correct.
Yes. So we all have a process on our journey, right? And a lot of us sometimes, the process can be painful, but it's part of it, of us getting to the next level. So, Nina, what did failure teach you on your journey?
Say that again.
What did failure teach you on your journey?
Oh, failure. Oh, my. Well, I think, you hit. I'll be honest and transparent. I've had some life challenges. I've dealt with grief, and I hit a point where I didn't know if I wanted to do this anymore. I think any entrepreneur and every entrepreneur can relate to that, and it's not just once that you hit those moments, because something that you thought was going to be so great just didn't work. You got nobody to buy in, or you got no one to attend, or you just couldn't get it all together, and the date passed, and you felt like you were a failure. And I've learned that it's not that you're a failure, something didn't work, but that doesn't mean that something else won't work. So it's a matter of shifting your perspective on it. I'll admit, give yourself some time to cry it out, but then shake it off and move on. And I think the thing that helps me is two things to help me move forward is a commitment to what the calling God has placed on my life and the community that I'm a part of. I'm a part of a community of entrepreneurs, and we have a mindset, no man left behind. So if you start slipping to the left or slipping to the right or trying to, stop, somebody is going to call you out, grab your hand, help you get over the hurdle.
Because we all know that it's a lesson.
Yes. And you'll be like a failure once you wrap it and tie it to some other knowledge. You're winning. It's working because you just may have missed one piece. Don't throw it all away. Don't throw yourself away. Just, see the lesson and be willing to take some things forward.
Mm-hmm. See the lesson and be willing to take it forward. I love that. So what did success teach you on your journey?
So I am one of those people that I am still learning how to embrace success. Every day I have to remind myself to celebrate the successes because it's encouragement for someone else. And I don't see it as, wow, look at me. But I see it as, wow, look what's possible, because I know where I've come from. And so if my success can encourage someone else and I can use it to help someone else, then I'm excited about it.
Because a true successful leader is one who reaches back and pulls forward. So thank you for being a true successful leader, Nina.
Thank you.
Because you're very, very successful. So I love the fact that you said that, about, helping other people, because that's what it's about. So I know that we're getting ready to walk into quarter 4, and I know that Nina is going to finish this strong. So what can we expect from you the rest of 2019?
Well, I am working on launching, I will be launching soon, my LinkedIn Business Accelerator is a group coaching program. So I am in the process of finalizing the components of that. So because I want Q4 to allow people to establish some things to have a successful 2020 on LinkedIn. So Q4 is the prime time for them to learn and set up their strategies and set up their content plans and everything so they're ready to execute in 2020.
So how can we register and get involved for your event?
So the best way right now is to join my Facebook group, and then I will be posting first in my Facebook group about the LinkedIn Business Accelerator. So if you join the group, you'll be one of the first people to hear about it.
So listeners, please go join the group so you can gain a lot of knowledge to help you kick off 2020 very successful, because LinkedIn is definitely one social media site that you definitely want to be on. So can you tell our listeners one more time, Nina, how they can follow and support you on all social media platforms?
So thank you very much. You can find me, obviously, on LinkedIn as Nina B. Abdul Wakil. And on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, I am Miss Nina B. Show on all of those platforms, so you can follow me there.
So please follow her and support her. She is definitely someone to connect with, okay, and somebody to know. So, Nina, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your very, very busy schedule to come to the table today. This was a very amazing interview, and I cannot wait to invite you back.
Thank you so much, Ashley. I see all that you're doing and all you are profiling, all these different wonderful people of greatness and all that they are offering into the world and helping so many people. So I thank you for answering the call to provide a source for people to speak into other people's lives. So thank you for all you do.
Thank you so much, Nina. I'm humbled that you said that, and you're doing amazing things as well. I consistently follow you. And you are definitely an inspiration to us all, because like I said, you consistently are giving back and helping us all on a daily basis.
So it's been my pleasure to be on the show.
So thank you so much. So I would like to give a special thanks to Tammy Collins Marquis and John Schamberger. I would also like to give a special thanks to author Kimberly McLemore and my intern Sarah from Tennessee State University and my intern Vontaria from Winston-Salem State University. You all may follow me on Facebook at Ashley Little and on Instagram at _Ashley A. Little. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Creating Your Seat at the Table, where Ashley speaks with corporate professionals, celebrities, entrepreneurs, authors, and speakers who are transitioning or have transitioned to entrepreneurship.